Go ahead.
Did anybody die?
Yes.
This is Kelley Bigham, a father sitting in an interrogation room trying to explain how his wife and her identical twin ended up dead.
I don't remember where the hell the gun came from, but I had a pistol in my hand. I shot Kathy, which I thought I shot her in the leg, and I shot it. My wife screamed and had a pillow above her face and said, "Oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And I shot at her, don't remember where, and then I just left.
He says he doesn't know how it all happened, but the threats he made just days earlier tell a very different story.
You walk in there. This is the doorway. You walk in.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it?
I just shot. Almost with my eyes shut, just went. I just snapped. I didn't mean to. I didn't want it to.
The first signs of trouble surfaced about 6 months before the murders. Kelley and his wife, Karen, had separated because of ongoing marital problems and his alcohol use. Karen told their adult daughter, Kylie, that she was done with the marriage and planned to file for divorce. Then, just 5 days before the incident, on June 15, 2016, Kelley showed up at the family home on High Point Drive in McKinney with a handgun and threatened to kill Karen. Karen tried to calm him down and brushed off the threat because of his alcohol issues. Then, on the afternoon of June 20th, 2016, everything came to a head. Around 5:40 p.m., Kelley pulled up to the house again. According to him, his daughter called him to pick up his belongings. When he arrived, Karen, her identical twin sister Kathy Bubar, their daughter Kylie, and Kylie's young son were all inside. Karen was in a back room she used as a hair salon, fixing Kathy's hair. Kelley walked in, pulled a small revolver from his pocket, and showed it to his daughter. He told Kylie she needed to take her son and leave the house right away. Kylie grabbed her little boy and headed out the door. As she walked away, she suddenly heard her mother yell, "Call 911." Then came 2 quick gunshots and a woman's scream. While Kylie ran to a neighbor's house and called the police, Kelley fled the scene. 11 minutes later, he sent a text message to his son and daughter that simply said, "I'm sorry." He drove about 60 miles east to Rains County and went to his father's lake house. Officers tracked him down and arrested him that same night, and then they sat him down for questioning. As always, I will discuss the court and trial outcome at the end of the video.
Well, that being said, I know that today's, I imagine, been a significant, and and I know that there's a lot that happened today, but I'd like to hear from you what transpired, what caused all this. I know that there's probably, a long history of something that's kind of culminated and led to this event, and I'd like for you to shed some light on that, man. I'd like to hear your side of it.
Yes, sir.
You mind talking about it with me?
No, sir, I don't mind.
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Did anybody die?
Yes.
I didn't mean to kill nobody. I was angry. I'm an alcoholic.
Okay.
Bipolar, depression. I take medicine for that. I've been married almost 28 years. My wife wanted a divorce. She told me this past weekend. I had went to rehab for 30 days and got off alcohol and thought I'd get my wife back. And when I got out of rehab, and nobody was home for me. She said she planned her day around to not be home from me, because she didn't want to talk to me or see me. And I was very depressed and upset about that. I thought that she would be glad that I went to rehab for my alcoholism. And that got me very upset. And so we went to a counseling session in Fort Worth with my counselor. Her name was Liz.
When was this?
This was Wednesday.
Okay.
And it got heated in the counseling, and I was like, she was making all these demands on me and saying, if you do this, and if you do this, and if you go to counseling and you do all these things, and I can go back home. So, I went to rehab, and I was there for 28 days and got off alcohol, and I guess that wasn't enough. And I just wanted my wife back, and I didn't mean to kill nobody.
Can you talk to me about what actually transpired today? Actually, the last couple of days.
Last couple of days.
If it's easier to just walk me through what happened today, man, just do that.
Today.
Yeah.
I got really drunk. I got depressed and really drunk, and
What were you drinking?
I was drinking beer and wine.
Kelley talks about those 2 shots like everything was hazy, almost like he's not fully present in the moment. He comes across as being in shock and possibly affected by alcohol, but the evidence points in a different direction. It suggests this wasn't completely impulsive. He used a .38 caliber gun that had been sitting in his truck for months. Even his wife had concerns about his state of mind and had asked him to give up his firearms to their son. That detail alone raises questions about how sudden this really was. It starts to look less like a pure accident and more like something he had already thought about. And now, sitting there, it feels like he understands what he's done, but there's no way to take it back.
I said, hey, I wanted to talk, just for a minute, I just wanted to visit, just talk for a minute. And she said, no, I'll call you. I don't want to talk,
Who was in there with her?
Her sister.
What's her name?
Kathy. And I said, I just wanted to talk, I was really sad. And please talk to me. And I said, well, she said she wouldn't. So I said, here, you take my ring off, because I don't want a divorce. So you take it off. You take it off. And so she took it off, and Kathy said, oh, you're going to make her be the bad guy. I left out of there, went to the bar, and was just holding on to the island, the bar island, whatever. Just holding on to it for a second, holding on. And I told my daughter, I said, get out of here. She said, no, Daddy, no. I said, take Jordan and get out of here. My grandson, he's almost 3. And then the last thing I remember is I walked into the hair room again in front of the house, and I shot. I had a gun. I don't remember where the hell the gun came from, but I had a pistol in my hand. I shot Kathy, which I thought I shot her in the leg, and I shot it. My wife screamed and had a pillow above her face and said, "Oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I shot at her, don't remember where, and then I just left.
Kelley frames himself as a depressed man who was just hoping for a conversation. But that loneliness ties directly to his addiction. His behavior shows an anxious attachment style, shaped over time and worsened by alcohol. For years, he relied on his wife as his only real source of security. When she asked for a divorce, it didn't just feel like rejection, it felt like total abandonment. Alcohol had already damaged his impulse control and ability to think ahead, so the pain and anger hit like something physical. And it's not just anger driving this, it's panic. The fear of waking up the next day with no one there. That's what led him to make a decision he could never undo.
I don't know who died. And I didn't mean to kill nobody. I was angry. I was hurting. I've never been in trouble with the law. I mean, I don't even have any tickets. I just snapped. And I didn't mean to. I didn't want it to. Can you tell me something?
Go ahead. What do you want to know?
Who died?
They both died.
No, I want to wake up.
Well, you know you didn't shoot her in the leg.
I don't know where I shot.
Will you show me how you did it?
I just shot.
Stand up. You walk in there. This is the doorway. You walk in.
Mhm.
How do you do it?
I just shot. Almost with my eyes shut, just went. Then my wife went over there.
How was your wife?
She was kneeling down like this with a pillow,
What was that pillow from?
a chair.
A chair?
One of the chairs.
Does she use it to put the babies up so she can
I
cut
think so.
kids' hair?
Yes, to do the kids' hair. I think that was the pillow she had. And she was kind of like this and had the pillow.
And what did you do?
And I just shot at the pillow, as far as I remember. And then I remember blood splashing on the wall. Can y'all kill me? Can y'all put me to death before my family knows anything? Can y'all do that?
You've got to go through the legal process, sir. And in Texas, you know you can be killed.
Yeah.
But it's a long process.
And I know I'm crazy. I know I've been diagnosed bipolar and all
Let me
that
ask you
junk, but I've been dealing with it, you know. I've been fighting.
You've been fighting what?
I've been taking medication for
Okay.
it.
Let me ask you this. How long have you had that firearm?
Oh, wow. A good while. Probably a year or something.
Okay.
And all the other firearms I gave to my son I've had for probably...
Why did you keep it, Kelley?
I told them, my sister is in an awful relationship with a guy.
Okay.
And I was thinking he was going to come back. He already came out to the lake and beat up my nephew really bad. Beat him. You know, beat him up bad.
Okay.
And I thought, oh shit, this guy's going to come back out there, you know.
Right.
And I want to keep at least one of my guns, and I gave my boy like 10 of my guns.
Okay.
Gave him the rest of them,
Right.
except for that one. And anyway,
Well, let me ask you this. Why did you bring it today?
I always keep a pistol in my truck. I always had a CHL.
Okay.
You know,
Concealed handgun license?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it expired, I think, this past year, but
Okay.
I've had one for 5 or 6 years. And
The moment Kelley realizes both women are gone, his whole demeanor collapses. You can see it hit him when he understands the consequences of what he's done. That's when he starts pleading with the detective to end everything before his kids find out. That kind of breakdown isn't unusual in cases like this, especially with someone dealing with long-term alcohol abuse. But it doesn't change what he already admitted just minutes earlier. People in that state often can't control their emotions in the moment. They act just to silence whatever is overwhelming them. That's exactly what Kelley did. And now there's one question detectives still need to answer. Why did he call her daughter and tell her to leave?
Why was it that you made your daughter leave whenever all this is going down?
Oh, like when I was at the bar?
Yep.
Standing at the bar, at the island?
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't want her to hear it or see it. Because I knew when I reached in my pocket, at that point I was just desperate and despair and just, I swear to God, I didn't know I was going to kill anybody. That wasn't my intention. At that moment, I was just but I knew I was fixing to use that gun.
And you know what that gun's capable of?
Yes, I do. It's very powerful.
Without a doubt, you knew it's what you was fixing to do?
Yes. But I didn't realize I was going to kill anyone.
Whenever your wife had the pillow over her head and you're shooting through the pillow, what did you think you were going to hit?
I really wasn't thinking because she was not kneeling down. She was very low to the ground though, and like, crouching down, like to protecting herself to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And had that, and she was looking at me over the pillow. I don't even know where I shot her. I don't have no idea where I shot her. Through the pillow, below the pillow, above the pillow, I don't know.
Okay.
I just remember at that point, when I pulled the trigger, that I saw blood splatter on the wall behind her, and I could hear like a coughing or a choking, and I just ran. And Kathy was still laying on the ground. I never heard nothing out of her.
So you never heard anything?
No.
She was gone?
I don't know if she was gone, but she was definitely out. I don't even know where I hit her.
Did you at all move the bodies or anything?
No, I ran. I just took off out the back door, grabbed my cigarettes that was sitting right there on the table on the back porch, because my wife would never allow me to smoke in the house, so I would smoke outside. And I just grabbed those and ran, got in my truck, and sped to my dad's house.
Okay. What did you tell your dad?
I had called him and told him. I said, I'm headed to your place. He said, okay, what's up? I said, you ain't heard nothing? He said, no. I said, I shot Kathy and Karen. I don't know if they're dead or not. But I was drunk in a fit of anger, and I shot him. He said, what? Don't fuck around. And he thought I was jacking with him. And I said, no, I'm serious. I'm fixing to be there. Well, I think at that point, he or my brother won. He called my brother, I think. He lives in Hazel. Mm-hmm. One of them called the police and told them where I was coming. I said, yeah, I'm coming to you. You want to call the police? Call the police. I said, I ain't going to cause no trouble. I ain't going to shoot out. I ain't going to shoot nobody. I said, the worst case scenario, when I get there, I'm going to shoot myself.
That's when you called your son?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else did you call?
I tried to call my daughter that was there a couple of times, but she wouldn't answer. And then my other daughter in Oklahoma, my middle daughter, she's 25 or 6, she called me and said, Dad, what have you done? Oh my God. I guess because Kylie had called her, my youngest daughter. And I said, I shot your mama. And I was drunk out of my mind. I can't believe I even made it to my dad's. I was so drunk. And I think she hung up on me. Or I hung up. I don't remember exactly who hung up, but that got ended pretty quick, that conversation.
After the interrogation, Kelley pleaded guilty to capital murder on August 15, 2017. The judge sentenced him immediately to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Thanks for watching today's video. Whether you are new here or a regular viewer, check out one of my other uploads right here if you want more.